Hey guys, it's Geo Game Guy here, and this is my 100% copyright-free Let's Play. So, I'm sure you guys have seen all these problems going on YouTube lately with the copyright and content ID flags, and to be honest, even me, as not a big YouTuber with very little videos, has been affected by this, because almost all of my videos have gotten flagged at one point or another in this past week or so, and basically it's just an issue that's affecting everybody. Pretty much anybody who has put up some sort of gameplay or anything you can find has been affected in one way or another. And it's ridiculous, really. I'm sure you've seen already lots of videos of all sorts of other YouTubers talking about it, but I felt like I want to put my 2 cents into this anyway because I have an experience with it. It's not a big experience, or is it a long one, but it's an experience nonetheless. See, the thing is with the way YouTube's content works is that it's all bots, and copyright content owners put their content into this machine, they upload it to YouTube's content database, and then the bots go through all the content, and if it matches the content in the database, then you get a flag, and then a copyright claim gets put up on behalf of the copyright owner. The issue with this is, though, if it somehow kind of sort of matches in any sort of way, then you're going to get flagged. Now with gameplay, since gameplay is always user driven, because no two gameplays will ever be exactly the same, like even if we're playing a story driven game, I will never run in the exact same path as you, or so on and so forth. So you'll never have that exact match. But where they will get you is on cutscenes, which are always the same, and the music in game. Now, most music that is made for a game by the game developers has no real problem being in a Let's Play or a video, because most video game developers and publishers have really no problem with you putting up gameplay videos to begin with. Like, they're quite actually happy with it because it's a mutually beneficial. You're doing your business, you're creating content, you're doing what you love, and you're getting paid for it. And in exchange, they're getting advertisement for it. Like, huge YouTubers, like big multinational channels and so on, are putting up these videos, and they're getting hundreds of thousands of views. And all these people who are viewing these videos are now seeing a game that they would have had to go spend money on first to decide if they like it or not. Then they see this video, and maybe to you it doesn't appeal to you, and you're like, I'm not going to go touch that game. But to somebody else who is on the fence, they see this video and they're like, wow, that game looks awesome. And they go out and buy it. So it's advertising. And so developers and publishers understand this, and they don't have problems with it. And a lot of companies have come out lately and then actually said, look, we don't have problems with this. We're trying to get this sorted out as quickly as possible. Deep Silver, which owns the rights to a lot of old THQ stuff, and Ubisoft has actually come out and said this specifically. They're like, look, we're trying to get this content ID stuff finished as soon as possible. Like, we don't want any of it. We're going through our inbox every day and clearing it out. And that's great, but the problem is a lot of these content claims aren't being claimed on behalf of the publishers. They're getting claimed by other third-party groups who are involved with these games, like music publishers. So a music publisher creates a song for a game, gives the rights to the game developer to use it in their game, and then puts it up on YouTube, in the YouTube database, saying, look, if this is being used in any way, that it's our content. And so YouTubers will be now getting flagged by this song that's in the game. And it even states when you buy a game, like at the beginning of the game, when you see that little like black text and all that stuff, like blah, 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 it says you cannot use a game behind a paywall. You cannot make people pay to play this game. It's not like an arcade. So you will get in trouble if you put your videos behind a paywall of some sort. If you have your own website and charge people to view your videos and so on, then publishers and developers can come after you. The only real way right now that anybody has the right to claim the music is if it's a third-party licensed song. Like I said, a music writer, producer gives you the right, or it's a song like when you're playing Grand Theft Auto and the music on the radio. That stuff there is owned by the producers, the writers, the singers, whoever owns the rights to those songs. But the thing is, with this Content ID claim, it's a bot. It doesn't know how you're doing it, doesn't know what way you're using it. It cannot watch your video and determine, hey, this is a Let's Play, therefore it's protected by free use, fair use. It's not a review where you can say, like, this is for educational purposes. It doesn't know. It can't. It's not a parody. It doesn't know what you're doing. It just says, look, this matches that. It's a copyright claim. And the problem with the system is it's so broad and so unforgiving that it just it goes across everybody. Now, the way I understand YouTubers were protected before is by these multi-channel networks like Machinima or Polaris and stuff, where these networks had all these YouTubers working under them. And these networks basically dealt with all the publishers and did all the copyright stuff for them. And so when these YouTubers uploaded a video under the network's name, they put in their copyright, they monetized their video, they clicked the little checkbox, they got their ad revenue, and their claim to this content take precedence over all other content claims that come after it. So therefore, YouTubers, to really build their YouTube channels, would join these networks for this reason alone, so they could get protection from these big copyright holders and claimants. With the YouTube's new policy change, they've changed it now that you basically, as a multi-channel network, an MCN, you have the ability to determine the channels under your network are either a managed channel or an affiliate channel. Now, a managed channel means that it is managed by you. You control what goes on, you control what goes up, and you control what content is put up. Therefore, if there is any copyright strikes against these videos, the channel is now directly responsible because they were the ones in charge of putting this video up. An affiliate is just somebody who's affiliated with the channel and they have free reign over what they upload. So a lot of these networks are afraid to put people under the managed section, because then if somebody really does put up something that is copyright protected, like just straight cutscenes with no gameplay or voiceover, or just the entire soundtrack of the game without anything behind it, they would get in trouble. And people do that. You can go on YouTube right now and type in OST of blank game and you'll find it all. And that is where the copyright claims come in. That is what I believe is what YouTubers really trying to take down. People who are doing this, who are just going and like, look, all the cutscenes from Final Fantasy VII, all the music from Grand Theft Auto 5, all the so on and so forth. So since these multi-channel networks now aren't protecting these YouTubers, because now they're affiliated, YouTubers who have been with these networks for 3 years now are getting all of their videos flagged at once. 100, maybe you have 1,000 videos up, maybe you have 100 videos up, whatever it is. And the problem with YouTube's copyright is that let's say I claim your video as my content. So now I own that. I have the option to either remove that video, mute that video completely, block it from certain countries, or claim the ad revenue as my own. Most companies will do the fourth option, because really, why wouldn't they want to make free money? So they claim the ad revenue as their own, and now your video that was getting, a good 1,000 hits a day, all that ad revenue is going to me. There's no in between. There's no saying, well, look, you uploaded the video, you're using my content, let's go 60-40, or 70-30, because I created this content, but you uploaded it and you did all the editing and stuff, so you deserve something too. There's also no middle ground where right now I claimed your video, I own it. The YouTuber has to now go to the copyright claimant and say, look, I have the right to use this, and they have to prove to YouTube that they have the right to use it. But all while that's going, let's say this copyright strike goes on for 30 days, all that ad revenue goes to the claimant. And that lasts. As soon as the YouTuber gets his rights back, it doesn't say, oh, well, the past 30 days ad revenue is going to go back to the YouTuber. Nope. The claimant gets it. And there's no problem. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't get in trouble for making multiple claims. So I can just go to everybody's video and be like, I claim it, claim, get all these claims, get all this ad revenue for a week, and then be like, oh, my mistake, sorry. And then just walk away. There's nothing to stop people from that. So it's really a lot of messy kind of YouTube trying to protect their ass kind of thing. Like, look, because there is a lot of people who break copyright laws. There's a lot of people who go up there and post songs and post cutscenes and post these things that are copyright protected. And I think that's what they were trying to protect themselves from. And I think this whole copyright ID thing comes more from music and movies and TV shows, where people will upload an entire 2-hour video of an entire 2-hour movie, or a whole CD of someone that just came out, and like that is where the copyright things come into play. And we can understand, I understand that completely, but gaming is completely different, because gaming is a community that understands itself and actually appreciates this. And these companies don't want this to happen. The YouTubers are actually changing. They own this content in a sense, because they're doing their own thing. Their gameplay is different no matter what. They're editing. They're putting their commentary over it. They're putting their opinions, their heart and their soul into these videos. Like, some YouTubers, this is their full-time job. And it's good, and they've worked hard to get to this point. And now with YouTube changing the rules like this, you're basically taking away everything they know. Like, I've heard a lot of complaints like, oh, YouTubers need to get a real job, this and that. But they're creating content. What's the difference between a YouTuber and a producer for a TV show? He's creating content, or a writer for anything, or an artist. They're creating their content. Just because they're using the game as a medium, Machinima started this way. Look at Rooster Teeth and Red vs. Blue. If it wasn't for the ability of Halo having these maps that they can control and do what they want, they wouldn't be the huge company that they are today with all this stuff. And, like, personally, I love Rooster Teeth. They're hilarious. And they've grown and expanded beyond that. And that's kind of the goal for all of these YouTubers. They want to get into media. They want to get into this kind of idea where you are with a community, you're with people, and you're creating this content. It's just all around a mess. Like, one thing that really I found hilarious that is ridiculous on YouTube's end, THQ has been dead for, 6 months to a year now? They've gone bankrupt. They sold all their rights to their games to all other companies. There are copyright claims coming from THQ. People who have uploaded, like, Darksiders 2 gameplay back when THQ existed have now gotten copyright claims saying THQ claimed this content. How is that possible? They don't exist anymore. Who's getting this ad revenue? Where's it going? It's just, the system it's a computer. It doesn't know what it's doing. It just claims content, and there should be a different system in place for gameplay. If you're claiming this content as part of your game, as part of a gaming publisher, developer, so on and so forth, they need to put a different system in. Like, if I am a music producer and I'm saying I own the rights to this song, yeah, I go into the regular content thing and I say, look, I own this song, or I own this movie, or I own this TV show. But when it comes to gameplay, there really should be a separate thing. Like, are you claiming... There should be a drop-down menu. Are you claiming a movie, TV show, a video game? And then there should be a separate way to prove that you're claiming the content of this video game under fair use. Because it is a completely different medium. It is interactive media. TV, music, movies are not interactive. You watch them, you listen to them, that's it. Whatever it is, it'll always be the same every time you watch it, every time you listen to it. And that's just what it comes down to. It's ridiculous. Like, the only companies that have a problem with you uploading stuff is Nintendo, really. And maybe other companies, some other smaller companies, or stuff that you put behind paywalls and all that other stuff, like I said. It's just crazy, in my opinion. And there's so much wrong with the system. And we understand there's so many videos going up on YouTube every day that they can't have people constantly going through it. But just, there needs to be a different system in place, or else another video sharing site is going to come up and take control from YouTube, because these YouTubers aren't going to stop doing what they love to do and stop making these videos because of this copyright claims. They're going to find their own way. A lot of these YouTubers already have huge followers, and if these YouTubers made their own website and said, hey, look, we're uploading to our own website, or we're going to this other website altogether, a lot of their viewers would follow them. And YouTube is a business. They want to make money. And they know that this is hurting themselves, and they're shooting themselves in the foot. But I feel like their hands are tied by all these copyright owners of music and movies, and they just need to get a different system in place for gaming. That's my 2 cents, kind of quickly put together, but if you have any comments, leave them below or post your video responses. I'll look at them. And have a good day, YouTube.